Good morning, this is Gabriel Jackson, and welcome to BJC Mitzvah Day, number 51, part 2. Mitzvah Day keeps your soul on its way, using the Sefer Chinuch. And once again, we are in the second book, the book of Shmos, Exodus, Parshas Mishpatim, and we are learning the mitzvah, the obligation upon the Beis Din, the court, to judge cases involving Keren, damage done by animals. The Chinuch explains what manner of destructive behavior is included in the category of Keren, again, which means horn. He focuses on the verse just cited, which states, V'chi yigof, if a man's ox shall push. The primary definition of the word yigof in the cited verse is yidchof, to push. However, the owner's liability is not limited to a case where an animal does damage through pushing with its body, for actually whether the ox damaged property using its body or its feet, or it bit with its teeth, or even if it inflicted damage through goring with its horns, all these forms of damage are included in the category of damage implied by the term negifa, pushing. Having explained that the laws governing cases of Keren-type property damages are not restricted to damage inflicted by an animal with its horns, the Chinuch proceeds to discuss this same issue in regard to bodily injury inflicted by an animal upon a person. In that context, the verse states, V'chei, or it probably means V'chi yigach, if a man's ox shall gore. Ava negicha, however, the term negicha, used by Scripture in connection with bodily injury inflicted by an animal, does not imply any form of damage other than that inflicted by an animal using its horns. Nevertheless, all other manners of damage inflicted upon a person by an ox have already been included for liability, because in the passage of if a man's ox shall gore, it is written, and it killed, which implies that the liability spelled out in the passage is incurred if the ox killed in any manner at all, whether through goring or through any other means. Although the verse uses the example of an ox to illustrate these laws, they're not limited to damages caused by oxen, as we mentioned yesterday. This law does not apply exclusively to damage done by an ox. Rather, the law is that even if any other domestic animal or any wild beast or bird does damage, the owner of the animal or bird is liable for those damages in accordance with the appropriate laws. It is merely that the verse speaks of that which is most typical and therefore uses the example of an ox. We have already stated in Mitzvah number 49 that regarding all the commandments that have been transmitted to us concerning matters of justice, there is one common underlying purpose to them. This underlying purpose is a sensible, easily understood concept, and I do not need to repeat it in the context of each and every one of the commandments in this category. And again, he just said that there has to be justice when things go wrong. People should not be allowed to get away with things, otherwise society would eat each other alive. Okay, we will continue with part 3 and maybe part 4 next couple of days. Thanks for listening. To sponsor future mitzvah or to be part of our Chai Club, click the link below and we'll see you tomorrow.